Hey guys, welcome to another Gauging Gadgets Garmin tutorial video. In this video, I'll be doing an overview of Garmin incident detection and assistance. I'll also be showing you how to set it up and get it to work on your watch and then how to use it. So incident detection and Garmin Assistant are some fairly new safety features that Garmin has added to a bunch of their watches recently. And basically they're a way for you to alert your emergency contacts if something has gone wrong from your watch. So there are two different ways here. Incident detection will automatically alert your emergency contacts if it detects an incident such as a fall or something during an activity. And then Garmin Assistance is where you actually trigger the watch to send a message to your emergency contacts requesting assistance. And once it does contact your emergency contacts, it'll send them several messages. First, letting them know that you're in need of assistance, and then it will send some text messages with your current location. And the text message will include a link to where they can click it. It'll take them to a website where they can actually see on a map your current location, and the location will update as you move. Now, there are some requirements to actually have this work. First, your watch has to be connected to your phone via Bluetooth, and then second, your phone needs to have some access to either the internet for sending emails or just any cell phone service to send a text message. Another thing to keep in mind, maybe you're in a building or something and your watch is unable to get GPS, it'll actually let the emergency contacts know that your watch is having trouble getting a GPS signal, but as soon as your watch is able to sync with GPS, it'll go ahead and send that location along. Before we get started, I want to point out something very important about this. If you add a phone number or an email address to your emergency contacts, Garmin will actually send them a message letting them know that you have added them to their emergency contacts. It doesn't say anything about what it's for, including that it's even from Garmin. So when I added my family members, they were actually a little bit alarmed and they thought that I may have been hacked or that there was some sort of social engineering going on or that I was in need of assistance. So you might want to warn all your emergency contacts before you set this up so that nobody gets alarmed or scared that something has happened to you or that your accounts have been hacked. Alright, so let's go and get started. Most of the setup is actually in the Garmin Connect app, so the first thing you need to do is get your phone and open up the Garmin Connect app. Once you have the Garmin Connect app open, simply open the menu by selecting the three bars in the top left, then scroll down until you see Safety and Tracking, select that, and then in the menu that opens, from there we're going to select Incident Detection and Assistance. So the first thing you'll have to do is actually accept some terms and conditions. You can read through those, but it's pretty straightforward and not too long. I'm going to accept it. Once you get in, make sure that your name and your city and state are correct. You can update these if you want to. After that, we need to add emergency contacts. As you can see, they limit it to 3 different emergency contacts, but for each of those 3, you can add several phone numbers and email addresses that'll be alerted. So you can have more than 3 emergency contacts really if you wanted to. So let's go ahead and add one. I already have some created. To create a new one, you want to select the 3 dots in the top right. Then in the drop-down, you can choose to simply add them from your phone contacts, or you can create a new one altogether. I recommend doing that because then you can add multiple email addresses and phone numbers. So the first thing you want to do is just put a name in there. I'm going to do test. And then after that, you can add phone numbers and email addresses. One thing to keep in mind, once you save this, you are unable to edit this at all. You cannot change the name, you can't change, add, or remove any phone numbers or email addresses, and you can't even delete the contact from your list. You can simply deactivate it so it doesn't send any messages to them. And then once you've saved the emergency contact, just ensure that you have the checkbox next to it actually selected and it shows up in the list of emergency contacts on the Incident Detection and Assistance page. And just as a quick example, this is what the message will look like that is sent to your emergency contacts once you add them. It also sends an email that is similar. So now that we've set up our emergency contacts on our phone, it's time to get back to our watch and we can set up everything there and start using it. So to actually get into the incident detection and assistance settings, all we need to do is hold the up button to open the menu. Then you can simply press the up button again until you see safety. Right there, select safety and tracking. So we have a couple different options: incident detection, assistance, and then emergency contacts. So you can see your emergency contacts in there. You cannot change or turn them on or off or anything, but you can see which ones are actually enabled in that list. Next in the list, we're just going to go to incident detection. The activities in this list are the only activities that you can actually use incident detection on. So you just want to make sure that it's turned on for all of them that you want it to be. So now we're actually ready to use incident detection and Garmin Assistance. To use Garmin Assistance, all we need to do is hold down the light button for about 5 seconds, and I'll show you that right now. Keep holding it down. All right. So right now it's counting down, and as soon as it gets to the end of that, it's going to start getting my location, and then it will start sending it to my emergency contact, which is my wife. And I'll show you those text messages. So it was unable to get my location because I'm in a building. It's going to go ahead and send the request for assistance without the location. So this is what the first message looks like. And then once it gets the location, it does send another message with a link to the location on Google Maps, and then also on Garmin Live Track. In addition to that, they also send the GPS coordinates. And then on your watch to end the assistance, all we need to do is hit the up button and then hit the start or stop button to end it. We can select end. You can even send a message that says I'm okay. So I'm going to select that. And this is what that looks like. Now keep in mind, all three of those messages came from three completely different phone numbers. So this could be hard for your emergency contacts to keep up with. So now I'll give you an example of incident detection, and we do that by simply just starting one of the activities that it's available for. So I'm going to do a walk activity. And I'll just go ahead and start it. So basically I just kind of shook my watch around and then it came up with this. It's making a very loud noise. You can cancel it by hitting the down button, but as soon as that counts down, it's going to start sending messages to your emergency contacts. So you have about 15 seconds to cancel it if it's accidentally triggered. And the messages that are sent are almost exactly the same, the only difference being that it will just say that it has detected an incident rather than you actually requesting assistance. And then from this screen, you can end the incident by simply hitting the back button. And then you have the ability to simply press yes, and we could send a message that says I'm okay. So that was a quick overview of how to set up and use Garmin Assistance and Incident Detection. If you have any questions about this, leave a comment below. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. If you'd like to see more Garmin tutorial videos, check the links in the description. If this video helped you, give it a thumbs up, and please consider subscribing to my channel, Gauging Gadgets, for more gadget reviews and tech tutorials. Thank you so much for watching.